Why Egypt built an Olympic city without the Olympics. Egypt has built a massive, high-tech Olympic city. But here's the catch, it wasn't built for the Olympics. This ambitious project in the new capital city aims to host major sports events, attract global attention, and boost the country's economy, all without an actual Olympic bid. So, why would Egypt invest billions in a city like this without securing the world's biggest sports event? Let's delve into the surprising reasons behind this unique decision. But before starting the video, make sure to like it and subscribe to the channel. Let's get into it. Egypt has built a stunning new stadium called the New Administrative Capital Stadium. It can hold 93,000 people and is part of a massive Olympic city in Egypt's new capital. This city, currently under construction, has already become the largest sports complex in Africa, filled with impressive facilities, some finished, some still being built. The interesting part? Egypt isn't hosting the Olympics, and they haven't even put in a bid yet. Despite this, Egypt has borrowed over $50 billion this year alone to create this grand space, hoping to one day bring the Olympics to Africa for the first time. If Egypt succeeds, it will make history and change sports in Africa and around the world. The Olympics are ancient. They started in Olympia, Greece way back in 776 BC, with sports like the long jump and discus throw. Though the modern Olympics were revived in 1896, they've never been held in Africa. Egypt has tried to host the Games 3 times before but didn't succeed. However, this new Olympic city might finally make it possible. Egypt is building a whole new capital in the desert to help with Cairo's overcrowding. This new administrative capital is as big as Singapore, and the Olympic city is its crowning achievement. Egypt has a long history of amazing construction, like the Great Pyramid of Giza and the Karnak Temple, so people have high expectations. This Olympic city has it all. A 7,500-seat indoor arena, a 15,000-seat sports hall, a squash complex, a 5,000-seat swimming and diving pool stadium, an equestrian club, a 3,500-seat tennis complex, shooting ranges, training fields, and much more. It even has hotels, a hospital, a shopping center, a theater, and areas for children's activities. This incredible space shows the bold ambitions of Egypt, as it aims to make history by bringing the Olympics to Africa. The star of the site is the 3-tiered Olympic Stadium. Built by Orascom and structural engineers MJW Structures, work began in 2019 and was finished last year. It's now the biggest stadium in the Middle East. Like many modern stadiums, it's rounded for the best views and sound. This elliptical shape also gives it strength to handle crowds and weather. The stadium spans 128,000 square meters, with a football field and athletics track surrounded by 3 levels of seating. Built with reinforced concrete and supported by a steel structure, it's designed to last. But what really stands out is its impressive roof. The design of the stadium roof is inspired by the headdress and necklace of Queen Nefertiti from ancient Egypt. It covers over 45,000 square meters and uses a lightweight spoke wheel structure to support its large span. The roof is 3D with an inner tension ring held up by 32 pylons that support its wave shape. It's built with 64 beams, connected by a strong ring and covered with panels. The outer part has nearly 11,000 blue and turquoise panels, making this stadium one of the most stunning arenas in Africa. Though owners of South Africa's Moses Mabhida and FNB stadiums might disagree. With most venues completed or under construction, new main roads and an airport nearby, Egypt's Olympic plans look stronger than ever. But it won't be cheap. Building venues, accommodations, and travel links, plus hosting grand ceremonies costs a fortune. Olympic budgets often skyrocket, and total expenses can reach tens of billions of dollars. For example, London's 2012 Olympics cost over $14 billion, and Tokyo's 2020 Games cost $13 billion. In 2008, Beijing set a record by spending a massive $40 billion on the Olympics. The International Olympic Committee (IOC) does provide some help, But, for example, the Tokyo 2020 Games only received about $2 billion from them. Earnings from hosting the Olympics don't usually cover these huge costs. Tokyo, for instance, made $5.8 billion, but still ended up $7 billion short. With such high costs, it's no surprise fewer cities are bidding to host the Olympics. It's hard to see the benefits stack up. The Summer Olympics includes 32 sports, each requiring top-tier facilities. Few African nations have had the infrastructure for this, but that's beginning to change. South Africa set a milestone by hosting the FIFA World Cup in 2010, and Morocco will co-host the 2030 tournament. Egypt now wants to go even further by creating sustainable facilities that meet Olympic standards. To host the Olympics, cities need to show they'll use as many existing and temporary venues as possible to avoid waste. For example, 12 of Rio's 2016 Olympic venues were unused a year after the Games, costing millions to maintain. In contrast, 95% of the venues for the Paris Olympics this year are either pre-existing or temporary. Egypt seems to be preparing by building in advance of even bidding. However, Egypt's finances are stretched. By December 2022, the country's external debt had risen to around $163 billion, and the Egyptian pound had fallen significantly. The government has been spending heavily on new projects, like the new Al Ain city in the northwest, the country's first nuclear power plant, the soon-to-be-open Grand Egyptian Museum, and the vast new administrative capital. Hosting the Olympics could bring enormous benefits to Egypt, potentially boosting its economy, infrastructure, and global image. Egypt is determined, and if successful, it could become the first African nation to host the Summer Olympics. We'll have to wait to see if Egypt's Olympic bid wins. With potentially 13 competitors, it's a crowded field, but Egypt seems set on achieving its goal. That's all for today. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. And if you want more top content on construction, don't forget to subscribe to the Primest.